It only took one man on a mission to completely uplift the music scene, and his name was Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix single-handedly changed the way the guitar is viewed as an instrument and changed the face of rock music almost overnight. I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, and I've been a fan for years. I did some additional research for this project, and I just like to share all of this with you. Jimi Hendrix was born in November 1942, to a lower class, poor family. He had a mother, a father, and a younger brother. His mother died when he was young. Around the same time, he started playing guitar. At 14, he got his first electric. He started gigging around, joins the military, plays the entire time while he was in the military, gets out, goes to New York, gets discovered, and that starts his career. And unfortunately, a short period later, his untimely death at age 27. Most guitarists recognize Jimi Hendrix as one of the best, if not the best, of all time, guitarists of all time. Poll after poll, survey after survey, they all consistently rank him in the top 10, top 5 even. He's highly influential. Everyone knows who he is in the music scene, and a lot of people that are just fans. Everyone knows who Jimi Hendrix is, and he lives on. Jimi's life was full of ups and downs. This is what caused him to be such a dynamic artist. He lived a life of adventure and solitude, and it all started in Seattle. So Jimi was born in Seattle, 1942, to a lower class family. His mother died when he was 12. He took that really hard. That was one of the most hardest things that happened to him. He talked about it all the time. Well, from what you hear, from what people say in biographies, he talked about it all the time. He wrote songs about his mother. When she died at 12, he started playing guitar. So that kind of helped him cope. It was a coping mechanism. He got an acoustic when he was 12, and at 14 he got his first electric, and he started playing serious when he was 14. And then he got in groups around town, playing on gigs around town. He wasn't doing well in school. He dropped out of high school, and then he eventually got into some small minor theft crimes, and he got caught trying to break into a car. So the judge either told him that he could join the military or he'd have to face the charges. So he opted to join the military. And Jimi Hendrix becomes a member of the 101st Airborne and starts his military career. While he's in the military, he meets this guy named Billy Cox, who plays bass guitar. They form a friendship, and they jam all the time at the base when they're off duty. Billy Cox, later on in life, would end up being in one of Jimi Hendrix's 2 main bands. He had the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and he had a band of Gypsies. And Billy Cox was the bass player for the band of Gypsies. One day during a training exercise, Jimi breaks his ankle and gets discharged from the military. At that point, he heads to Nashville, and I guess Billy Cox got out of the military at the same time because he went to Nashville as well. And they played together in Nashville, gigging, playing nightly at clubs. Jimi decides to move to New York. Billy doesn't take that route, and so Jimi heads to New York. He's playing gigs, nightly, clubs, all over the place, until he finally gets discovered by Chas Chandler, who was the bass player for the Animals. In September 1966, Chas Chandler becomes one of 2 managers, and they go to the UK to try and set up a band for Jimi, and that's when the Jimi Hendrix Experience is formed. So while they're in the UK, they're having mild success. They had a #1 hit, Purple Haze, which wasn't known in America at the time. It was just in the UK. So he was doing moderately well over there, and Chas decides to bring them back to America in 1967, and the Jimi Hendrix Experience plays a Monterey Pop Festival, which is the first gig in the United States for Jimi Hendrix Experience. And after that, his popularity skyrocketed overnight. He was gigging constantly, all the time. He was recording albums. He recorded 3 albums. This is in a span of 4 years. He only had a career of 4 years, so everything's back to back. He's gigging constantly. He's taking no breaks. He's building his own recording studio. He's playing major festivals like Woodstock and the Isle of Wight Festival. And then unfortunately, it all got to him, and the stress and everything. And I mean, this is just accounts, but the stress was getting to him. He was starting to do more and more drugs, unfortunately. And one night he took a little too many of a certain type of drug, and it caused him to pass out, vomit, and he drowned it on his own vomit, which is highly unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. Jimmy was a natural gifted musician who left a tremendous impact on the lives of many, and continues to this day. So in closing, Jimmy's life was full of ups and downs, and it was also very short. There's one constant in his life, and that was the guitar. He loved the instrument. He played the instrument all the time. It was a part of his life. Whenever he had free time, he was playing. And the instrument is indebted to him, and music is indebted to him. And he's a rock icon and will always be one.